What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about the narcissist will not get this from the new supply. When the narcissist loses good supply and they meet somebody new, notice how they try to move fast and, make you jealous, make you think that they found someone better than you. They all read from the same playbook. So you kind of expect it from them. Like, people do that in general, even if they are not a narcissist. Some people, they don't do it with intentions of making you jealous. Some people do it because they're trying to get over you. They're trying to move on fast, which is still a bad thing because you never really gave yourself closure, gave yourself time to heal from the last relationship before you move so fast to the next one. But when narcissists do it and they meet new supply, what they try to do is create that new supply to be what you were. Like, you were the good supply. And what they're not gonna get out of the new supply is how much of a friend you were, a confidant, someone who they know they can just lay it all on. And to be honest with you, a person shouldn't really put so much on you. Like, you're supposed to rest in the Lord, not rest in man. Because man, I won't say they will let you down, but you just can't compare man to God. And it's like God will always be there for you during the time of need and during the time when you just feel like you don't have nowhere else to turn. Some people become unavailable for different reasons. Doesn't mean that they're trying to hurt you because they become unavailable. But narcissists, they really put their all into you and expect you to just be there at all times. Like, they really give you a huge responsibility, when they come in your life. And it's like they expect you to play this role to be responsible for their feelings, for their emotional roller coaster. You have to be there and ready to catch them at all times, no matter what they're going through. But the narcissists are emotionally unavailable to give you the same in return. And so they start to miss that when they find new supply. See, you were the supply that gave them all those things that you probably shouldn't have gave them. Like, they didn't deserve it. And on top of that, you played a role that took too much out of you because it drained you. Some people will just use you and suck you up. I done mentioned this a lot of times, how people have to ask my permission now just to vent to me. Like, and I'm not going to be ugly about it if I'm really not, if I'm just really not in the spirit of listening at the moment. If I'm just not there yet, if I'm not there at the moment, if I'm not really in the mood to hear it, I'm not going to be ugly about it. You might have to get back to me with it. But you can't always stop what you're doing and give people what they want. Because some people, they have this sense of entitlement and they expect you to just always be at their every beck and call. Especially narcissists. The moment that you don't give them what they want when they want it, they have a fit about it. They're not going to let you forget it. And it's like they almost punish you for not being there this one time out of 1,000 times that you have always been there for them. They're not going to remember that. In that moment, they're only going to point out when you didn't answer the call just this one time, when you weren't able to be available for them. And see, all those things matter big time to the narcissist once you cut them off for whatever reason. Or even when they discard you and move on to new supply. What they're not going to find in that new supply is a person who was willing to do everything that you were doing for them. They're not going to have that friend, that confidant, that shoulder to cry on. They're not going to have that person who they were able to get anything out of. They're not going to have that enabler, which is not a good thing for none of us to be an enabler. They're not going to have yes men around them, like that yes man in you that just told them everything they wanted to hear, you know, even if it wasn't something that they needed to hear. A good friend is someone who tells you what you need to hear, even if it hurts your feelings. That's the type of friend I want. I can take constructive criticism. See, constructive criticism is way different from a narcissist criticism, because they complain and criticize you for things that they feel you should do for them. If it's not pleasing to them, then they're just going to point out certain things about you that they need you to change to make them feel good. That's not healthy criticism. Constructive criticism, it's going to do something that's going to help you become a better person. And a real friend, you should be able to accept that from a real friend. And a real friend is going to give you that. You weren't able to be a real friend to the narcissist. See, because they wouldn't allow you. They made you to who they wanted you to be for them. They wouldn't allow you to be real with them. They needed you to be fake with them at all times, just to cater to their feelings and to cater to their needs. But they're not willing to meet your needs. They're going to do things at times that's going to give you something, but trust and believe they're calculated about it. Everything they do, they are very calculated. And it's something that they're expecting to receive in return when they give you something. That's how narcissists operate. But again, what they will not get from the new supply is how good you were to them. They're expecting to see you in the new person. They try to create a new you in the new supply, but it'll never happen, because we're all individuals. We all have our own personalities. We're meant to be different from each other. Narcissists need everybody to be the same way for them. They need everybody to just cater to their needs, and to the point where the person loses themselves and forget who they are as an individual. Once you start to find yourself again, once you've done away with the narc, that even takes some time, because you forget who you are, because you were so wrapped up in them and their needs at one point. But when they meet new supply, who's not willing to do all that for them and who's not willing to fulfill them, they still look to you, and they're not going to get you back. So what they're going to try to do is make that person do all the things that you did. But if it's not in that person's heart to do all those things, they're not going to get that good supply out of them. And not that a person should even, again, I'm not saying that a person should give the narc everything they want. But when a narcissist meet that good supply who they were able to manipulate and use and just suck them dry, God gonna punish them for that. God is gonna punish them for that, because God knows our hearts. He truly does, and know our intentions. Now, a person who know better should do better, and God is gonna hold those accountable as well. All of us. Myself included, for being an enabler of the narcissist, telling her what she wants to hear. God was dealing with me with that. He was dealing with me. My guilty conscience was eating me up a lot of times, because I knew better, and I should have told that narc what they needed to hear. But at the time, I felt like I would lose a potential friend, the friend that I was waiting to get out of that person for so long, that I never really got that friend that I needed them to be for me. I never got that out of that narc. So I gave them everything they wanted, because it's like that's what they expect you to do, and you kind of expect something good in return from them. You're not gonna get it. So again, I'm not saying that a person should give a narc everything they want and God is gonna bless them, because it don't work like that. If you know better, then you do better. And if your intentions were just like all of us who were once close with narcissists, who created smear campaigns to hurt other people, I was a part of those smear campaigns too. So it's like, God was dealing with me with that. Like, I really stood in my conviction and I made it right with that person and asked God for forgiveness. When we see ourselves, standing correct, like we can stand on it, and we want to do better, that's when God will start blessing us and removing all of that negativity out of our life, because we choose to move away from that. We didn't really want to be like that. It didn't feel good with us, but anyway, it never felt good to me to be a part of something just to have a friend. It never really felt good to me. On top of that, it's a natural for me to be by myself. I don't have to be around a lot of people. So that was just an unfamiliar thing to me that I got myself involved in, and I shouldn't have. God dealt with me with that. And, that's something that I regret doing during the time that I was this good supply to the narc. You will do anything for them because you trust and believe everything that they, every dream they sell you, you believe it. You're expecting it to have that good life for them. They promise you things that you'll never get. And you sit there and you wait and you wait and you wait and you never get it. You'll never get the promises. You'll never see those things happen that the narc promises you. And so that new supply, may be a little bit more reserved and not give so much of themselves to the narc, but they give enough for the narc to still want to keep them and flaunt them around and use them to make you jealous and things like that. But trust me, they still missing you. They even tried to make that person act like you, but they will never really get the real feel of it because it's not you. They're going to look for you in many people, and you will not be there because they ruined that. They ruined a good thing. And once you finally realize what you were dealing with and you realize who you had become and you didn't want to be that way, the narcissists, they don't really even care that they lose you. They miss what they had, but it's not like they're going to admit that they ruined it. They'll tell you what you want to hear if chances are you're going to give them a second chance. Like, yeah, narc, they'll tell you the right apology if they figure you're going to give them a second chance. But if not, they'll take that down with them in their pride. They don't care. They'll take it to the chin. They don't care about the losses. If they know for sure that you are gone for good, that's when that mask going to come all the way off. You might see rage. You might get cussed out. You might get called every name but the child of God. And everything they ever felt about you is going to come out as far as jealousy, because they really can't say nothing about you because they really, they really needed that from you. So trust me, they're not really saying those things because they really feel it in their heart. They're saying things that they know can hurt your feelings. They want to hurt you because now you have let them down. So they got to say something to get even with you, to punish you, to make you feel bad because you got away. So you can kind of expect that too from the narcissist. Being the good supply that you were to them, you can expect them to treat you now like you are just dirt, like you are nothing to them. But they don't feel that way. They say those things because they want you to feel a way. They want you to regret cutting them off. And the moment you decide to give them a second chance again and be their friend again, associate with them again, that's when you're going to start, you're going to you're going to see them act a certain way again. And it's like they're going to be so happy. But when you give a narc a second chance, and this is to the good supply that got away, if you give a narc a second chance, which I'm not advising no one to do that. When you get away, stay away and keep your distance. When you keep your distance, you keep your peace. You give them a second chance, they're going to hurt you all over again, and the punishment is going to be worse because you got away. So they're going to punish you. And narcs punishment, it's non-stop. You know, there's no limit to what they'll do to you. And they're going to keep reminding you that because you got away, because you cut off the friendship and I was a good friend to you, you know, they'll bring up one thing that they did for you out of so many things you done for them in that fake friendship. They will throw that up to you to make you feel bad so that you can just dismiss this ongoing punishment that they're going to keep giving you if you give them a second chance. I done been there. I've been there before with the narc who I gave chances to, male and female. And I will say the males in my experience was the worst. I mean, not the males, y'all, not the males. The females are the worst of narcissists that I have dealt with. And when you the good supply and you get away, you know, they're going to make you pay for it. They're going to try to make you pay for it. They're going to try to make you pay for it. They're going to do everything they can to make your life miserable if you are around them. Y'all know I used to talk about the narc who I worked with, and it's just like out of sight, out of mind now. Like God really removed me from that. It's over. It's over. I can honestly say that it's over. It's like I'm non-existent I don't exist to her. And I like it, you know. It's like best thing that ever happened to you is when you know that they're gone for good. You know, but if I ever had to work with her again, trust me, it's going to start all over again. She's going to look for that good supply again. Because that's what they do. They just don't give up. They don't give up. But as long as I'm not in her presence, I'm not in that environment anymore, it's over with. God removed me from that environment, it's over with, you know. But again, the narcissist will not get this from the new supply, and that is good supply, just plain and simple. Everything you did for them, they're going to look for that in the new supply. But you will not be there. And that's just how it is. That's just something that they're going to have to learn to deal with. And, you know, we just have to keep our distance to keep our peace. So that's the end of this video. Thank y'all for watching, and I will talk to you soon.